Hey there! If you've got student loans, you might want to grab a seat because we've got some big news coming your way. President Biden just announced another wave of student loan debt cancellations, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. So, here's the scoop. The Biden administration is wiping out $7.7 billion in federal student loans for about 163,000 borrowers. Yup, you heard that right, billions with a B. This is part of Biden's ongoing efforts to chip away at the massive student debt crisis that's been weighing down millions of Americans. Now, if you remember, last year the Supreme Court put a stop to Biden's plan to forgive up to $20,000 of student debt for most borrowers. Since then, the administration has been rolling out relief bit by bit. It's been a bit like getting presents on your birthday. You never know when the next surprise is coming. So far, nearly 5 million people have benefited from these debt relief efforts. While that's a huge number, keep in mind there are over 40 million people with student debt out there. Biden's team is focusing on what they can do legally to help as many folks as possible without running into more legal roadblocks. Now, here's the important part. If you have student loans, you need to check if you qualify for any of this relief. Head over to studentaid.gov to see if you're one of the lucky ones. The relief isn't just for recent grads either. It's aimed mostly at people who've been paying their loans for a while. There are different programs based on income, public sector jobs, and other factors, so it's definitely worth a look. And while we're talking about this, let's touch on the political side of things. You might be wondering if all this debt relief is just a tactic to win votes as we get closer to the 2024 election. Well, it's hard to say for sure, but here's what we do know. The upcoming election is going to be super tight. Polls show Trump and Biden neck and neck, with Trump slightly ahead right now. But hey, polls change all the time. The real battlegrounds will be in a handful of swing states like Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada. That's where every single vote will count the most. So, you can bet both candidates will be pulling out all the stops to win over every voter they can. And student debt relief could be a big part of that strategy for Biden. So, if you're swimming in student loans, now's the time to dive into those relief options and see if you can catch a break. Head over to studentaid.gov and check it out. Who knows, you might be part of the next big wave of debt cancellations. Keep an eye out for more updates because this story is far from over. And remember, every little bit helps when it comes to chipping away at that mountain of debt. Good luck.